Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, and we have another video today. And if you guys want to know how to set up your own game, a beginner's guide, then watch this video, Football Manager, and you get this screen. So, options you've got. Obviously, if you've not started yet, you won't have the most recent one. But then you have start new game, load game, join online game. Let's say you're starting for the first time, so you're going to click start new game. You're going to get these 5 options. First of all, we're going to talk about these 5. So the first one, career, normal one. Just a one player, it says local, and it tells you what it does. Create a club, same thing. They're exactly the same thing as career, but you create your own club. You replace another club in the pyramid. Online career, if you've got friends. Fantasy draft, if you've also got friends. Fantasy draft is basically so you get a budget, you set a budget, you set how you want the competition to run, either a league, knockout, or a league and a knockout. And your friends pick a player, you pick a player, then the friend picks a player, or you can have up to how many players does it say? I think there's a lot of players you can get. You can at least 8. I think you can get more, right? I'm pretty sure you can get more. But yeah, fantasy draft's just that. It's a bit different. Online career is exactly the same as career, with your friends. And then versus mode is something different with an FMFC exclusive. You have to sign into the FMFC website. Details on how to do that will probably be in the description below. I'll help you out with that. But yeah, that's basically just you export your teams and then you play against your friends. So if you've got a really good Southampton team in 2026 and he's got a really good Real Betis team in 2028, you can play against each other and see who would actually win. That'd be fantastic. So I've told you about all the 5 options we have here, but for 99% of you guys watching this video, and for the sake of time, we're going to go for the career one, right? That's the one that most people will be doing. Right, you'll be now met with this page, right? So now you can pick in every single nation that the game offers you. Europe, North America, South America, Asia, Africa, whatever you want. There's only one in Africa, a couple more in Asia, a lot in Europe. Not as many in North America, obviously, and then South America again. So yeah, Europe's the big, the one with loads of countries. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Whatever you pick, let's just say we pick Spain for this one. I don't know why, but we're picking Spain. Pick Spain. This is if you've already got your team, right? If you already know what team you want to be, either it's the team you support. Let's just say I support Sevilla. I was going to do some Spanish then. Don't think I know any. Apart from Gracias. Anyway, so we've picked Spain. We've picked Sevilla. If you don't know who you want to pick, click this one. Pick team later. No problem. Or you just want to search in the top. Bang, bang, bang. Right. After this, I would advise you go to Advanced Setup. Advanced Setup takes you to this screen right here. And I would personally take this estimated game speed with a pinch of salt. I could run this here that is giving me by default with half a star game speed. I could run this very, very fast. I don't know why it gives me half a star. I could run this very, very fast. Not a problem at all. So yeah, take these with a real pinch of salt. Honestly, don't be doing this. And then look, that would run so fast for me. 1 division, 1 star. It's not optimized. It's been like that for years. Please, 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 please do not take this with much consideration. Really don't. Most computers will be fine with 5 leagues. A lot more than that these days will now be alright with 10 leagues, 12 leagues. If you've got a really advanced machine, 20. You can even go further. But yeah, so if you click on this, you can add remove leagues. And you can literally go back and just whatever you want. So if you want to add the big leagues, the big 5, your England, your France, your Germany, your Spain, as we've already got it, and your Italy. There you go. If you want to add Argentina, Brazil, blah, 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 you can add all these ones. Not a problem. You click confirm with whatever leagues you've decided, and then you can decide what divisions you want inside those nations. So we've got Spain, we've got England, we've got France, we've got Germany, we've got Italy. So let's just say that's exactly what we want, because maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Next, what you want to decide is these advanced options down the bottom. There's 8 options. So the first one, use fake players and stuff. I would stay away from that. That is, you buy Football Manager for the realism, and this is just basically just entirely generated players and stuff. So there's no real players, it's just totally generated. I personally wouldn't advise that. Do not use real fixtures. That's just for the leagues that are licensed. So the Championship, the Bundesliga. There's a few more, but I don't know exactly which ones. So I know those 2 for a fact. If you don't want to use the real fixtures in real life, just tick it off. no problem. It's very self-explanatory. Do not add key staff. So again, if you're a bit confused, or I don't make this totally clear, and apologies if I do that, all you can do is you can just put your mouse over the little information button. It does tell you. So do not add key staff. When disabled, this option adds key backroom staff such as assistant managers. So this is usually when you're a team down the bottom, like you haven't got assistant managers and coaches, and you don't want to find one. Leave this unticked, and the game will give you an assistant manager. So you don't have to find one. Again, it's up to you what you guys do. Add players to playable teams. If playable teams are unable to fulfill particular squad requirements at the start of the game, i.e., again, if you're in like a third division of a nation or a fourth division, and there isn't enough players to fulfill fixtures, so you don't have 11, you tick that, and it'll give you some new gens. The new gens might be 17, they might be 25. Again, that's just totally up to you guys what you want to do with that. I personally would take that off, I think. This is how I would have it, like this. Disable first transfer window activity. So, for example, now we're past the transfer window. It's November. Obviously, it's been shut a month now, a month plus. If you want every single team to start with the season with the team that they have, then you tick that. And then there's no signings, and it's basically the squads that you get at the start of the game. Again, all self-explanatory. Quite well done, this, by Football Manager, to be fair. There's a lot of areas of Football Manager that do leave a little bit to be desired with their instructions and with the understanding, but this is quite good. Disable player attribute masking. Probably the controversial one. I say controversial, it's just a matter of opinion. It's however you want to play the game. It's how you want to play the game. I personally take this off in a lot of saves. Just because, as a streamer / content creator / YouTube, whatever you want to call me, if someone comes into my stream, for example, and says, Lewis, can you look at this player? Can you check him out for me? What does he look like in 2026? I can just click on him, go to him, and I can show that person that. And it's a little bit helpful, right? There's another reason for it, and it's basically because the scouting system just takes an absolute age to get the full screen, the full attributes. It just takes too long for me. It's just the way it is. I understand people don't like using it, no problem. In some of my saves, in a youth-only save that I do, which is basically you're not allowed to sign any players and only use your academy, I put that on because it's part of the rules on the forums on Football Manager, and that's part of the challenge. So I put it on. But for most saves, offline saves, stream saves, ones where I'm just doing normal saves like everyone else, not the ridiculously hard ones that I try and do, I just disable it. It's just how I prefer to play. I like to see the attributes. I just like to see it. I don't want to be guessing. But yeah, it's totally up to you. Again, you can read that, no problem. I won't bore you with it. You guys can find it. You see what it is. Prevent control of teams with managers in place. So obviously, in real life, Unai Emery is just taking over Aston Villa, for example. So, for example, if you did this last week and the game was up to date, Aston Villa wouldn't have a Unai Emery, so that job would be available. So obviously Arteta's Arsenal, that job wouldn't be available. That ties in quite well. This option ties in quite well with journeyman unemployed saves. So obviously you can't take over a job that's already got a manager in, no problem. And then prevents the use of the in-game editor. This one again, very self-explanatory. The in-game editor isn't even out yet, so it doesn't matter what you pick right now. But as someone who likes to... I was going to say I like to edit things. I don't. I like to test things. So on offline saves, I have this off usually just to test a few things for stream and content. But for on-stream, I usually put that on so I can't get accused of cheating. But I also have something in my stream where viewers can rename new gen players that we get through the academy. And so I have to leave it off for that so I can go in and edit it. Obviously, that's open to people saying, oh, he's cheated. I'm not really bothered. I know I don't cheat, so that's fine. That's like, as long as I know, no problem. But again, it's totally up to you guys. You play how you want. If you want to put 300 million into your club, go and do it. Not a problem. So that's those all sorted. Now we're into the custom database. I just stay away from that. What I would do is I click large. I happen to have a decent computer, so it's fine. But you can add extra things. So what this does, and this is quite important actually. So I'll try and explain this as best as possible. So you see these guys here, these leagues. I've only got the top 5 leagues, right? But let's say I want the Argentinian and Brazilian leagues to produce players because I want to buy some Argentinian and Brazilian wonder kids. Now, what I would do is I'd click Nations, click South America, and I would put Argentina and Brazil. Right, now they've popped up. Okay, so you get this here as well after. This is exactly the same for every single nation that you want to pick, but I'm just using these two as an example. So Brazil and Argentina. What you can do is you can click on if you can click this one here, players of nationality, it gives you every single Argentinian player in the database loads in. Every single one, right? It doesn't matter if they don't play in Argentina, if they're in America, MLS, whatever, Mexico, they will be loaded into the game. Now, what I like to do is I don't like to do that because it adds loads of unnecessary ones in teams that are like lower down. I click players from top division clubs, and that basically simulates or creates every single player from the Argentinian National League. Every single top division club in the I don't know what the league's called, the Primera Division in Argentina. All them clubs now get a full list of players. So I don't take up processing speed with processing their fixtures because I don't have a league table because the league's not loaded on the other screen. But I've gone into the advanced section here and it will still give me all the players. So I can buy them all, they're in the game, but I don't have to sit through all the processing of their leagues. So it's like a bit of a nice thing if you've got maybe a machine or a computer, whatever you want to call it, that maybe isn't as good. You can come in here and just do this. It only has 3,000 people. I'd imagine if I put the actual Argentina nation in, it will probably add more, right? What are we up to? 49,000 is that? What was the difference there? 49... 8,000 people. 8,000 people. It's just. There's probably like what 6,000 players there that you're never going to sign. Doesn't matter. Takes up space. You don't need. So we go back into advanced, and that's what we do. So we click into top division clubs. Now you can do all these. It says players from top clubs. I don't know what they distinguish as top clubs. Maybe the top 6 in each nation. I'm not 100% sure, so I'm not going to lie to you. Players with national reputation, continental competitions. Very, 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 very self-explanatory. There's not much else really to know about this. If you want every single player in the game and you've got a really good computer, this is the best way to do it. So you go into there, you go into every single continent, right? This is how you do it. And you go players of nationality. That's if you want every single player in the game on your save, if you've got a really good computer. And now there's 458,000 people in the game, right? That's every single person in Football Manager 2023 in the vanilla game without databases added, right? So that's how you do that. You can mess around with this, you can do whatever you want, you can add so many things. I'm hoping I've explained it pretty well. There's not a terrible amount of things. I think a lot of people think there's a lot of information. I mean, there's a little bit, but it's not insurmountable. You can get through it. If you want to read, you spend 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes on this screen, you can get through it fairly easily. I'm hoping this video will help a lot of people, especially in the advanced section. This is probably the one that's a little bit more complicated than the rest. But yeah, if you've got any questions, if I've not done anything right or I've not explained anything best, because that happens, right? That happens. Just let me know in the comments, please, and I will get back to you ASAP, and I will answer it as the best of my ability. And thank you for watching, guys. As always, please hit the subscribe button. That'd be fantastic. And until next time, goodbye.